Question 8. The matrix A is defined by A is equal to 2, 0, 0, 1. So for the first part of A, we need to find the matrix A squared. So let's start over here, and we want to find the matrix A squared. Well, I could work out what 2001 multiplied by itself is, but I've recognized that this matrix represents a stretch of factor 2 in the x direction. So if I carried that out twice, which is what A squared is doing, I get a stretch of factor 4 in the x direction. So it's just going to be 4, 0, 0, 1. Okay, part 2. Says describe fully the single geometric transformation that's represented by the matrix A squared. So I've just said that that's going to be a stretch of factor 4 in x direction, or parallel to the x-axis. Okay, part B says, given that the matrix B represents a reflection in the line x plus root 3y is equal to 0, find the matrix B giving the exact values of any trigonometric expressions. So I've taken this from the formula book. I know that a reflection in the line y is equal to tan theta x is going to be equal to this matrix here. So I first of all need to write this in the form y is equal to tan theta x. So that's going to be, well, if I rearrange it, I get root 3y is equal to negative x, and that tells me that y is equal to negative divide by root 3 on both sides, so that's going to be negative 1 over root 3 times x. Okay, so that means that tan theta is going to be, so the reflection line in terms of tan theta is going to be when tan theta is equal to negative 1 over root 3. So tan theta is going to be equal to negative 1 over root 3. So I can now use that to work out theta, and theta is going to be equal to, and it's going to be negative 30 degrees. And you can check that in your calculator. So we've now got, let's come over here, we can now write down that matrix B, well, that's going to be equal to the cosine of 2 theta, so the cosine of negative 60, sine of negative 60, sine of negative 60, and the negative cosine of negative 60. Okay, so that's going to be equal to, the cosine of negative 60 is a half, the sine of negative 60 is negative root 3 over 2, negative root 3 over 2, and that's going to be negative a half. Okay, so that there is going to be what matrix B is equal to. Okay, part C says, hence find the coordinates of the point P, which is mapped onto 0, negative 4, under the transformation represented by A squared, followed by a reflection in the line x plus root 3y. So we're going to carry out this transformation first, followed by this transformation here to a point, and that point is going to map onto 0, negative 4. So if I want to do this followed by this, I need to do B multiplied by A squared. So I'm going to have matrix B multiplied by A squared multiplied by a point that we're trying to find out. So the point P, which we're just going to call x, y, and that's going to give us 0, -4. So this is the equation that we're going to try to solve. Right, I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit to give myself a little bit more room. Okay, so the product of these two is going to be equal to, and it's going to be 4 times that, so it's going to be 2, and that's going to be -2√3, and that will stay as -√3/2, and that will stay as -1/2. So we've got this multiplied by x, y is equal to 0, -4. Okay, so and then we can actually just go ahead and we can solve or write these down as equations and then solve the corresponding equations. So I've got 2x take away √3/2y, so let's write that down. 2x take away √3/2y is equal to 0. And so that tells me that 2x is going to be equal to √3/2y. Okay, and the other equation is going to be -2√3x, so -2√3x take away 1/2 of y. Okay, so that times that, take away that times that is equal to -4. Okay, and I'm just going to multiply this by -2 to get rid of that fraction there, so that's going to be 4√3x plus y is equal to 8. Okay, so I know that 2x is equal to √3/2y, so that means that x must be equal to √3/4y. So I can say, well, 4√3, and I'm going to replace x with √3/4y. Plus y is equal to 8. So the 4 and the 4 will cancel here. √3 times √3 is 3, so that tells me 3y plus y is equal to 8, or y is equal to 2. And if y is equal to 2 over here, that means that 2x is going to be equal to √3, so x is going to be equal to √3/2. So just coming over here now, I can say, well, the coordinates of P are going to be, the x coordinate is going to be √3/2, and the y coordinate is going to be 2. So that there is going to be the coordinates of P. Okay, I hope that made sense. Thanks very much for joining me. I'll see you next time.